I'll get everyone to come and take a seat for me. Today we're going to be looking at how to measure length and distance. So what is length? Length is how long something can be. So for example, if I have this rectangle here, we will be measuring from one end to another. We'll be measuring from this end to the other. We need to make sure that there are no gaps in between. So if we have a look at this ruler over here, we'll see that we will have to measure from end to end and make sure that there are no gaps. Sometimes, if something isn't straight, so for example, this pipe cleaner over here, when it's like this, you can see it's not straight and it's wiggly and curved. But once you pull it, it's straight, and we will need to make sure to measure from this end to this end over here. Now, for distance is the space between 2 points and how far something is. So if I have this over here and that over there, we will be measuring from this side to this side. Who can tell me any ways that we can measure length or distance? What can we use? Perfect. Now what I'll do, I'll take a quick game. I'll get you to all take a seat at your desk, and I will give you each one of these bears. Perfect. Now I'll get you to place the bear on your desk. Good job. Now place it far away from you. Now place it to the left, and now place it under your desk. Great. Now back to length, I'm going to get you to all have a look over here at these connecting blocks. Like what I said earlier, we will measure from end to end and make sure that there are no gaps. As you can see, there are no gaps in between them. If I pull this apart, that's not right. We have to measure and make sure that there are no gaps. So let's put that back together. Now I'm going to choose an object and see what it can measure. Okay, so let's use this for example. Perfect. Let's count how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here I used 7 counting blocks to measure this puzzle. Okay, what I'm going to ask you to do is each to take a seat on your table, and I will come around and hand out a strip of paper. With this strip, what I'll get you to do is we're going to use paper clips, okay, and I want you to measure how many paper clips you can put from one end to the other. I want you to just have a look at me so I can show you an example. So if I have this over here, let's pretend that this is my paper, and I will be using magnets for this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So here I use 9 magnets to measure the paper. So I want you guys to do the same thing with the paper clips. Once that's done, we're going to use pegs instead. So we'll grab our pegs over here, and we will get that. And remember again, start from the end and go all the way to the other side. Once that is done, you'll do the same thing I've done where I use my connecting cubes to measure the puzzle. I want you to walk around the classroom and find an object that you can measure. Once you have done that, I want you to write that down in your workbook and then come and take a seat on the mat all together. Great, now that we're all sitting, let's have a quick discussion and see what objects we found that measures. Okay? Who can tell me who measured an object that was more than 10 pegs? Great job. Now who can tell me who measured any objects that were less than 10? Perfect. Now I'll get you again to go and take a seat at your desk, and this time we'll be doing another activity and see how we can measure distance. So I know we spoke about distance before. Who can tell me what distance is? Perfect. How far something can be. Okay. Now have a look at the board for a second. I'm going to have an X here. I'll draw something here, so we'll get a sun, a flower, and a dog over here. Okay, I'm going to be using my magnets. I'm going to start over here from X, because remember we're always measuring from end to end. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So what I'm going to get you to do in this activity, after you have measured each object that's on the sheet that you're going to be getting, I want you to write down how many items you use. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to write down the number 6, and then we are going to write it down using our words. And then draw how we can explain that as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? You're going to be doing this in pairs, so I'll get you to all take a seat on the table, and I'll come around and hand out this worksheet where you can do the same thing. You're going to be starting from the X, and you can use pegs or paper clips to measure from X to the house, X to the tree, and X to the swing. And then what I've done over here, we'll do the same thing here. So you have to write down the number, the word, and draw some circles that represent how many paper clips or pegs that you used.
5.